newspaper the other day, and I was surprised to see this story. It was a bad news story, but it was an important story involving education. Teachers of a school in Scotland, Bannerman High School, under the care of Glasgow City Council, the local authority, are going on strike. They're going on strike because they've been verbally and physically abused by a number of their pupils. So they got the unions involved, and now they're going on strike. It's a very, very important story, but I was surprised to read it nevertheless. Let me give you an insight into how local authorities regard or treat the press, a pillar of our democracy. This is an official statement from Glasgow City Council. It is deeply upsetting, says the council official, that the school is once again being dragged through the media. In other words, they hold the press, an important part of our democracy, in contempt, and that is a fundamental problem. You see, they're treating the media as useful idiots. In other words, if there's good news, let's contact the media, bring up the photographers, photograph this good news. It might be boys and girls winning a debating competition, or maybe they pass their exams or something, or win a football competition. Let's use the press to promote good news. But when it's bad news, a wall of silence. In other words, people of Scotland only have half of the truth when it comes to what's happening inside their schools. If they've only got half of the truth of what's happening inside their schools, they cannot make the proper and informed democratic decision when appropriate, and they won't know what questions they should be asking. This is a problem, it's a fundamental problem, and it largely, because of that problem, that's where we are today. So clearly then, our poverty-related attainment gap and what's happening in Bannerman High School are not unrelated. One is a symptom of the other. But we learn a couple of things. First of all, we need to be thankful to the teachers who have had the courage to take that forward, because that can be problematic for them. But they've had the courage to take it forward, and they've revealed to democracy what is going on inside this particular school, and that's of interest to us, because we want our teachers to be happy in schools, so they will stay working in schools. Otherwise, we'll have a teacher shortage with all the problems we can associate with that. Secondly, what do we learn about the kids? Well, these are clearly unhappy children. That's obvious, they're unhappy children. They are dissatisfied children. And now, it's all very well for us to say you need to go to school, but they have to, within themselves, want to go to school. They have to want to go to school. Because if we force them into a place where they are fundamentally unhappy, that will contribute to their mental health problems and all the problems that we can associate with that. So the people of Scotland can be thankful to the teachers at Bannerman and presenting them with information about their school. We can be thankful to them. Now, if you're a council official and you are unhappy that the people of Scotland have had information about schools presented to them in an accessible way, if you're unhappy with that, then you are not working in the public interest. That's for certain. But it shouldn't be happening in Scotland to any significant extent, because for 30 years now, since I've been in education, there has been a great deal of curricular developments with equality hardwired in. There's been a great deal of policies, there's been a great deal of initiatives, all designed to help the most disadvantaged access the curriculum. But it clearly hasn't happened, because we've got a poverty-related attainment gap that's larger than it should be, and we're getting abuse from pupils. And that shouldn't be happening. But why is it happening? Well, I'm afraid to say, Scottish education, despite how it sounds, despite how it looks, despite the rhetoric, is fundamentally not democratic and it's fundamentally not ambitious. And this is the problem. It's one of the reasons why I don't think I would join the profession again. Now I wish to end the video here, and I'll cover the themes again in a future video. But let me end on this point here though. Scottish education, we may think we are ambitious, we may think we are progressive, and by jingsy we may even think we are democratic. And there are plenty of high salaried individuals out there earning much more than an ordinary teacher who can create that illusion among the people of Scotland. And no doubt they think they're doing the right thing. Of course, when news stories from Bannerman come out, that slightly undermines that ambition, and much to their annoyance. In my 30 years in education, I've come across many interesting curricular developments, many interesting world-leading policies and initiatives. There's only one problem though. These things are not magic wands. Thanks for watching this Scottish Physicist.